Okay, so I'm once again back on duty for another Portal playthrough of a mod that I was recommended by a friend of mine, and the mod is called Rexaura, or Rexaura? Rexaura, maybe? I'm not sure, but yeah, anyways, that's a mod that was released recently for Portal 1. And also, I have to say, this is a mod by the same guy who made Portal Pro, and quite a while ago I made a speedrun out of it, and I was really impressed by the way Portal Pro was made, as such. Yeah, this is the first time I've seen it. I haven't done anything else other than changing the screen resolution to full HD. And set up my controls, and I kind of went back out and back in of the game to see the different effects the changes have. I enabled multi-core rendering for the first time because this is a i7. This is a Core i7 here with 3.4 gigahertz. I think I have 8 GB RAM in this machine and a 1 gigabyte NVIDIA GeForce GTS 450 running in that machine right now, so I think I can enable multi-core rendering, as you see here, and also we're gonna enable bloom effect if available. So let's see if that, so that didn't change anything else. So I'd say we're gonna start the game here, and chapter 1. That's it. Okay, so let's see, start new game. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I'm not sure you can see some. Oh, here we go. Okay, I have to say that's a pretty cool intro, alright.
Good morning and welcome to session 999 of your Aperture Science Enrichment Center Automated Testing Confinement. You should be feeling rested and refreshed after your forced hibernation period. As you rested, our patented amnesia-inducing toxins have slowly worn away at your brain's recently connected neurons, making any fears or anxieties you might have from the horror and/or agony of what you have previously experienced melt away into a viscous fluid which now resides in your upper spinal cord.
Aha, well, that's very comforting.
Interruption. You probably don't remember much due to the brain chemicals, but a certain test subject managed to trigger a self-destruct sequence and destroy a large section of the facility. There's no need to worry. Testing will resume. Let's get back to the tedious informational nonsense.
Remaining bodily fluids should be captured and immediately sent for analysis. Please pick up the handheld portable device to proceed.
The voice of the woman is the same as in Portal Pro. I think the guy who made Portal Pro actually did all the voices, so I think he's using some sort of voice modulator to do it. As such, I'm just turning up the music a little bit more here because it was very quiet. There's, like here, I got a message here on my phone, I think. 1 second. Oh no, it's not important. It was just a Facebook post. Anyways, yeah, resume game. We're gonna pick up the gun, and that's it. Also, what I want to do is that I didn't do. Sorry about this. I want to put the sensitivity a bit up to 5 maybe. Resume. Yeah, I think it's better. Okay, so that's that. I probably will be using a few glitches or trying to figure out a few, like this, for example.
Good. You appear to have a basic understanding of how portals can move you through space. Please continue to the next area.
Yeah, it's a bit high with the mouse sensitivity, so... Oops, no, mouse. I'll be using a few glitches like a Pika portal and stuff like that. I don't have the HeyBH script installed, so I won't be able to use that kind of shit, or my sort of bunny hopping thing is disabled, and I didn't install the portal gun skin, so this is just a fresh install on this machine. Yeah, so we have a pellet.
To your left you will see a subcritical mass energy pellet. Please use your handheld portal device to direct the energy pellet into the high concentration electron dispersal unit.
Yeah, so that's relatively easy. And that's that.
Excellent. The energy produced by this pellet extractor will be sent to a worthy cause, namely the elevator to the next chamber. Remember, you have approximately 43 hours to complete these tests before the symptoms of dehydration start to kick in. Good luck.
That's very comforting. In just under 2 days I'm gonna die of dehydration. Let's see here. I like the music in Portal Pro. That was really well done. I'm not sure if they were independent compositions or if he did it himself. Either way, the music was really good. It was great. So we have a pellet, and we have a receptacle, and we have some sort of translucent cube.
Please place a weighted storage cube into the 1500 megawatt hydromagnetic cube stability unit. This will allow you to change the path of the energy pellet.
Aha! I also be saving a lot, as I've done in my previous playthroughs. So I will have to pick up the cube. Aha! So yeah. So every time it yeah, so that's exactly the reason why that was not meant to happen. But okay, so we got a relatively new cool element. So basically what you want to do first is this, and then you want to do that, right? Okay, so oh, we're gonna proceed to the next chamber.
Note that any energy pellet will be destroyed if it comes in contact with the wrong side of a hydromagnetic cube stability unit.
With the wrong side? So now let me think. Ultimately, you will have to place a portal here, I think. Hang on. Standing here. I'm not necessarily in the best portal shape right now because I haven't played in months. So this is gonna take a moment for me to figure out. So you have to place a portal here. Comes out here. You have to place a portal here. Something. Let me check. You will have to use the 2 cubes. Yeah. So the first thing you want to do is one goes here. And the other one goes here. Right? So now that they're both in place, but the question is, how do you get... yeah, they will have to be there, and they will have to... The pellet will have to make a certain turn. We have to sort of like How do we get that shit into the receptacle? We have to fly. It will have to... Oh, I get it. I think I got it. I think I figured it out. So you have to do that, and then that. Right.
Good. You appear to understand the nature of the weighted storage cubes and how they can deflect the energy pellets. Destroying the weighted storage cubes is often required for these tests, and you will not lose points based on how many millions of dollars worth of weighted storage cube technology you destroy.
Yeah, I don't think they're that expensive though. So I also have a Pringles tube here, and they're calling it Pringles for some reason. I think maybe the World Cup or European Championship is coming up. I'm not sure. It's either one of those two that's taking place sometime this year, and I'll probably be watching it just for the fun. I'm not really into sports, but that one I'm gonna watch. So this is the sour and cream, sour cream and onion flavor. Yeah, because you can always put it better with Pringles. So this is chamber 2 of 19. Probably at some point you get the dual portal device, and I'll be also trying some glitches to like portal bump, see if he learned from his previous mistakes. Right.
Please do not approach the 1600 megawatt positron energy orb. The positron radiation can cause brain hemorrhages, retinal boiling, internal microwave syndrome, minor lung explosions, and eventually death.
Right. So basically, he told me not to go near that thing, but it seems that at some point you will have to do something with that and cube. So that raises that. Right. So the button raises that, and you will have to do some shit with it. So let me see. You will have to go to the other side. And I'm going to do that. But before I go, I'll save. Alright, so let's see if I... Right. So here we are. And it has to go in there. It's pretty much in the center. You probably could. But what happens if I do that? Right, so that has some pretty funky effects that we probably don't want to... yeah, you get the picture. So what we want to do is... find a way... Oh! It has to be placed here. So... Oh, so it doesn't kill me. Okay, so basically the idea then is to... Yeah. So you wanna basically yeah, no. Hang on. So I want to have the right. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but I want to hit that. I want to leave blue there, but I also need blue. Does it reflect? Or does it like... Oh, it doesn't. You will have to use... It's in the way, so what you will have to do is probably this first, but the question is, will you get the cube first? And can you portal up? Yeah, the answer to that would be no. So, I came from here. And there is no cube. But is there anything back here? The last time I think, I'm not sure, it was that he put in a few secrets in terms of some portal panels moving. And I think you were able to... What the fuck? That's an interesting receptacle. And you were able to get secrets along the, like, for the duration of the mod, which I found really cool. So there is nothing here. But one thing, but this is for the proof. I do wonder if I do that all the time. I do wonder what happens, so I'm going to say free. I'm probably gonna die, but yeah, well, that pellet hit me, so
If you experience any of the symptoms mentioned previously, then good news, you probably won't need to worry about dehydration.
okay. Yeah. Let's go. Oh god. Oh Jesus. Somewhere along the lines, I knew some crazy shit like this was gonna happen. Oh god. Oh god. Oh Jesus. Yeah, we'll have to get up there. That much is certain. I will have to do a fling to get the goddamn cube. I'll put that cube somewhere, but I'm not really sure that this is going to give me enough power to fling over. No. Oh, 1 second. I'm right back. Yeah, there was something stuck in my teeth, which it wasn't comfortable. Now that was on my machine. Right. Right. So portal. Alright, let's do this. Geronimo! Yeah. Okay, so eh?
Do you remember these? Due to all those brain chemicals we pumped into your, brain, you will probably have a difficult time recollecting what makes the green energy pellet special.
Yeah, I do remember
The
them.
green energy pellets are different in that they have a half-life of 3.25428 million years. In other words, their lifetime is longer than yours by 3.25427 million years, or until you remove pressure from the button.
Thanks for the insightful facts, Wikipedia. I was going to let her figure it out on her own.
Yeah, but I do remember them. They were in Portal Pro in a certain chamber that had to do with platforms. So I will have to fling over again. Boop. Oh, lo, 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 lo. Right. So I will have to do that. And then that.
Fantastic. Please continue to the chamber exit.
Yeah, and what if I don't, huh? What you gonna do, huh? If I don't do what you're saying, huh? What you gonna do, huh? You wanna fuck me, huh? I walk around any way I want, huh? Okay. Alright.
This chamber will test what you have learned so far. Remember, green energy pellets will last indefinitely without outside intervention.
Yeah, I got that. Okay, so we have a cube that obviously has to be placed here, which I find very cool, by the way, this element. There's a... Uh-oh. There's a... That's the exit. We have a button. Oh. Man's best friend. Emancipation grills. If I press that... Yeah! Yeah! So this guy has to go somewhere over the rainbow. And I can't be in here. Yeah, la 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 la. And it has to go into a receptacle, I would say. But also what I was saying about using glitches, where does this end up anyway? Here. You know, this sort of thing where you're standing in the portal and doing kind of this, that's not really glitch. anymore, you know, because there's nothing to it. You stand in the portal like this, and while the portal is away, you move back. Yeah, it doesn't really take any effort. There's no scripting or anything going on, so I wouldn't really consider it a glitch, more like a technique, maybe. We have these things here, and I think a Port Pro, you could, in one of the chambers, you could actually take this. But I'm guessing he did learn from his mistakes and made it a bit more difficult for speedrunners, I would say. So I guess the first thing you will have to do is do that shit, and then try to do something to that effect, which will land here. Yeah. So that effectively destroyed the green ball. But aha, I can remove the cubes as well. I put that here now. And up here. Oh, I like the music. Hang on. That's kind of cool. That's a pretty cool track, alright. But I'm going to turn up the music a little more. And the game volume a bit down. I got a message here, I think, on my phone. But it might just be an email. Yeah, so I did purchase a BlackBerry a while ago. Because I kind of was tired of having to charge my Android every 2 days. So it's a BlackBerry Curve 8350. Is that right? I don't know. Anyway, it's a BlackBerry Curve that only has 2G connectivity, which is all I really need. I'm not that kind of business guy. So oh. Yeah, and also I'm heavily busy with my game Orion's Gate. In the moment, I'm building my own 3D engine right now. As such, right now it is able to remember vertices, quads, and triangles of models, and it's very basic right now. But ultimately, what it comes down to. What it comes down to is that, like, ultimately you're moving numbers, yeah, in memory. That's all you really do, and you associate certain actions with it. Like whenever I move this mouse, I'm moving the camera, and the engine is being told to respond to my movements in a certain way. Yeah, so you can see the portal gun is moving with me, and you can obviously see the my view angle changes. Whenever I turn, yeah, and all this can be done with numbers and three-dimensional coordinates. It's not that big of a deal if you can think logically. So yeah, I think the one thing we want to do is here. Obviously, now the portal stunt, the portal thing is another stunt altogether. Yeah, you will it works with different cameras and rendering that shit and whatever. But yeah, you get the idea. Anyways, so we have to release a pellet, and we'll come back. You will have to, yeah, you have to stand outside and do that. Let's see. Pellet away. You do that, right? And that will hit that. And yeah, you do that. And it will hit that. So, how the fuck do you get out of the way? I think maybe. So it will dispense cubes anytime this is touched. And place one here. I wonder why you... Let's just be clear about the direction of... So you want that thing to go there, but the question is, will the pellet go through an emancipation growth? Right? Because if so, then oh. Yeah. So it will have to hit here first. And it could go forth and back indefinitely. Right. So, portal is there. Do that. Right, so it will just fly around here forever. Oops. Right, so it's just they don't expire. Now I have to think. I have to get it here. You want the thing to go through here, right? But what if? What if? I just... I'm not sure this is going to be the way to solve it. If I place a portal here now, because maybe you're the third element, right? And do this sort of, you know, right? And since it doesn't expire, where is it? La 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 la! La 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 la! Yeah. Okay. Anyways.
This chamber will test what you have learned so far. Remember, green energy pellets will last indefinitely without outside intervention.
Right, so you start here. That You do that. Question is, can I pick up a cube in an angled way? Yes, I can. So that's probably what I want to do. Ow, 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 ow. So I want that. And I'm probably too late. Nope. Like that, right? But I'm not sure what I've done now. Maybe it will land in the receptacle by chance. I don't know. But I probably altered my possibilities significantly. Yeah. So I'm maybe it's going in. Uh-huh. Okay, it seems to be back to where it started. Oh. Ah! Ay, God damn it! Hello. Flip! Nothing back here. Flip! Oh, maybe. Maybe. You will have to redirect it once again.
Try to avoid directing the energy pellet into the incorrect size of the cube stability unit. A new weighted storage cube has been dispensed.
Uh-huh. You get the idea, yeah? So you will have to use 3 cubes in order to do this. So you put one here, place a portal here, and you start. Right? You will take... I guess you have to take the other cube and put... You have to do this now. Right. And you do that.
Congratulations. You have proven that you can solve puzzles at a 3rd grade level. Please proceed to the exit.
He's telling the truth, you know. This test was designed for children. Most test subjects peak at around 14 years of age, but he was still able to do it after several more years of brain deterioration and joint decay.
Screw you.
This
yeah.
isn't a completely
Yeah.
normal test run. The point of these tests is to restore power to the powerless sections of the facility. You should keep in mind, however, that you are simply helping me under your massive failure.
Uh-huh.
This test chamber, if completed, will restore power to the Aperture Science pediatric wing. Those poor children, well, probably adults by now, and probably not still alive, are patiently awaiting their automated rubella inoculations.
Right. So you will have to get the cube somehow. And there's a portal here. There's the exit. And there's a receptacle. So go here. You probably could, but it doesn't do me any good because I don't have a dual portal device. So receptacle. See what I mean? He did it again. He did it. He fucking did it again. There is something back there. And as of the moment, I'm not sure what this guy will do. Because so far I can't remember seeing a button. I just felt doing that. We're gonna take him with us. Aha! Yeah, I kinda knew that shit was gonna happen. So. Yeah! The receptacle for this guy is on the other side. So you want to keep the receptacle in this room. Yeah, but you can't. So you want to keep the receptacle here. Yeah, peeking a portal is difficult now. I can do that. Let's see, we're gonna just go in. So when it flies back through orange, So it will come back out here. Like this, see? It will just bounce back and forth here. Right. I have to place it here. Yeah, you will have to, from here you will have to redirect it into the room. Yeah, and it's now going into the room. And that's it.
Congratulations on completing this test. This single energy pellet will power the Aperture Science Pediatric Wing for 5 days. The 6 children would thank you if they could speak.
Alright. Moving on. La 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 la. I don't want to touch that.
Please direct the energy pellet through the Aperture Science Radiated Flux rectangle.
Alright. Okay. Jalan! Like, yeah, so.
Please direct the energy pellet through the Aperture Science Radiated Flux rectangle.
Radiated flux rectangle, I think that's that. So. Eh? Now the door is open.
Excellent. If you experience a mild tingling sensation while passing through the radiated flux rectangle, it's probably just your imagination. Or possibly the radiation.
Okay. Ja. Ja. Yeah. Okay. So this. Ah! La 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 la. Okay.
was an easy one. Enjoy the gratification while it lasts. It won't last long.
Alright. One. Oh. Yeah. Screw you. Yeah. What the? Confused Snape.jpg. I'm sure you really have to place it in the middle of that like this. I'm relatively uncertain, but you know, that will absolutely do nothing. Do absolutely nothing. So maybe you have to do something from here? Not sure. Yeah, but that won't help me so much. Let's see.
This test chamber is meant to measure your mind's capacity for object persistence. In other words, this chamber will test your ability to understand that energy pellets exist even when you cannot see them.
Aha. So there probably is a switch somewhere that lowers these platforms. And I need to know where my portal is. So the portal is still up there. Okay. Huh? Uh-huh. Not sure what that did, but that also was on my machine. I want to know what's up there, or if I can get there. Okay, so the path is relatively clear, I'd say. You start here, then you do that. There. That just switched portals. I could hear it. So the portal is here now. Hang on. Ah! So where is it then? Show me. It's here. And switching that puts it here. I wonder what that has to do with it. Time for Pringles. Great, so it has to do something with that sort of move. It's clear. But maybe. Huh. So I'm not entirely sure what to do in order to get this here. Huh? What the hell? The window just disappeared. So we're here now. I'm not really sure why it's saying, why it's telling me to do that. It tells me to jump, but if I do that, that happens, you know? Or, aha. Oh. Okay. Ah, watch that for the shizzle. Okay, so here we go. Whoop. Whoop. And we'll now switch portals. Watch this. See? The portal is now there. So, I don't have to do anything else. Just have to place a portal there. Oops. And then... yeah, so I will have to... The portal has to be here. Right? I have to find a way to place a portal here. And go back up. Up there, that is. So you want to keep orange where it is. I think. One way to do this. Is this way. Right. Like this. You want to keep orange on the ground. And you want to. Yeah. So I have to figure out a way to do this. So let's see. The portal starts here. Boom. There's no real need for this. Other than the platform. So.
This test chamber is meant to measure your mind's capacity for object persistence. In other words, this chamber will test your ability to understand that energy pellets exist even when you cannot see them.
Right. So I've switched the portals. And that's here, and now... I'm thinking of a way to fall down and place a portal somewhere. Probably work here. Like this, but I'm also thinking maybe the sequence is wrong, because the only way you get up over there is by doing that. Also, what you can try is like this. I don't know where the portal is placed, but let's see. Yeah, that's all good and all, like this. But this will not help me. It has to be here. So maybe you have to do this. It will now switch portals again and put it on the top. And now, maybe. Now I'm here. I do this. Okay, see, I did a little Picaport trick. But I'm not really sure this is gonna help me now. Wow. Okay, so let's think about this objectively. So, I'm like I said, I'm not really in the best portal shape right now, and you can probably hear my my brain grinding into gear. Bum 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 bum. So that effectively switches the portals, and you will have to place one here and fall down somehow. You will kind of fall down on the other side and come through here. That put the portal on the ground. Here. Now I'm here. I'm thinking of like maybe if I fall down here, I place one here and then definitely has to do with that. Right, like this. But it won't help me. I could do that, but the trick is to place a portal and go through and leave it here. And go up, actually. Yeah, so I'm going to take a break, and I'm gonna pause this in for a moment here, and I'll be right back. I can't stand up. Or can I? Yeah, see? We probably have to have some... It wouldn't be that difficult if I had a cube. They are both essentially doing the same. Like, boom. That opens the door. But how the fuck are you gonna get here? To do that. When you step off the button, it explodes. I think I took the other one. This one. Yeah. This one will dispense a cube. Really? Oh! I never see the most obvious things.
These test
That.
experiments could be consuming more energy than you're supplying. Maybe I should actually do the math.
Mathematical processing unit activated.
Let's see. 15 million joules divided by... carry the 2. To make this chamber pay off, you will need to get the energy pellet into the dispersal unit within 9.37 milliseconds. Good luck.
Yeah, so you will have to do the...
Mathematical processing unit deactivated.
So you do that. That. And you do that real quick. See. Now you can do this. Oh! Ha 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 ha. Yeah. That's maybe you do need a second pellet. Ah! Yeah, that was... I do apologize. Okay, so I'm not sure this is supposed to happen. I don't think so. Wow. The question is, why does it exist when I'm not on the button? I think that's some sort of glitch. Here we go. Now... Oh no, I have the cube there. That's why. Yeah, so I think I figured it out, and I'm going to start from the beginning here. Okay, so that you all see probably how it's done. At least this bit, I figured it out. So you will have to do the redirect the pellet, but you also want to be up there.
Is meant to measure your mind's capacity for object persistence. In other words, this chamber will test your ability to understand that energy pellets exist even when you cannot see them.
Yeah, that's right. So first you want to go. You want to be there, and you want to switch. You kind of want to switch portals in order to get there. I think. I don't think there's any other way to do it. You could probably. Well, yeah, that's how I did it. So you stand in the portal, and you do this. See, and you're then on the platform, and it's really important to remain here, like really close to the portal, because you want to switch portals real fast, yeah? So, once this destroys... Okay, now. Right, it flies through, you do this. And once it comes out here, you want to do this. Okay? See, it disappears. You're on the other side. And the portal is still where it should be. And let's see. Right, here we go. And now you're in a position to actually just do this.
Fantastic.
And that's that.
You appear to understand that objects continue to exist even when they leave your field of vision. Great job.
That's that.
This encouragement core is really starting to get on my nerves.
Right. Moving on. Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah. I knew some great. Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah. Mother of shitload. Okay, so. We don't want to touch those. We have a door. We have an arrow. We have one of these fields. And we have a launcher. And we have a lift. We have a portal. We have a button. So, where to begin? I'd say here. Aha. And that does absolutely nothing, but let's see. The buttons. And no cube. Is there any sort of dispenser somewhere? Orange here. Ooh. That will fire that one. Probably. And that will fire that one. So the moment I step on this, it will launch this, it will touch this door. Let's say. Or maybe they are connected. Oh, there are portals. Eh? I released... The moment I release the pressure, the ball explodes. That's interesting. So these are portal surfaces. Same here, okay. We'll obviously come out here. Hang on. So the idea is to... You will have to stand on the button to keep the ball alive. Do this. So there's no way. Come out there. And it will come back. Same way. Or maybe passing through that field opens the door. Let's see. What the fuck? Okay, so the ball is there. And now what? Okay, so I wanted to take a little turn. Go out here. Could you intercept it? No, you cannot. Yeah, 1 second on this. Yeah, so I'm going to do this from the start so you can see how this part is done. You have to start in a certain position. You can't just randomly choose. And the first thing you want to do is you get the cube from here.
These testing elements could be consuming more energy than you are supplying.
Right.
Maybe I should actually
And you have to start here. Okay?
Mathematical processing unit activated.
You do this.
Let's see.
Right?
15 million jars divided by...
And you shoot a portal somewhere to close the door to keep it there. And the cube is there. So you go here.
Good luck.
Right? So you go here. And
Processing unit deactivated.
yeah. You do this and this. You wait until it's true. You do this and this. Right?
This test chamber took 99999 milliseconds to complete. Fantastic job.
Okay, so I think you will have to go down.
Really fantastic work. I'm suitably impressed.
Sarcasm processing unit deactivated.
So that's that. Ah. Finally.
Please take note of the upgraded device on the intentionally out of reach platform. You will need to obtain the upgraded device in order to proceed to the exit elevator.
Yeah.
Yes, we know. She needs to control 2 portals for the later chambers.
Dispenser portal. And there is no portal. So probably you will have to do that. But will it turn? No. Okay. So, well, first of all, first and foremost, that. Huh? What the fuck? Okay. I'm somewhere on the other side. There it is, so I'm doing this in order to keep the portal active. There's the receptacle. And there's that. So I probably want a portal to be here. Right. I do like the music as such, as it was the case with Portal Pro from the same guy. Or maybe. Yeah, one. Right, so the portal is there now. And also there is a cube. And now the portal is gone. Oh, it's still there. Ah! Yeah, I kinda knew that's gonna happen. Oh, it did place a portal. How interesting. I just shot there. Anyways. So we have to get that that thing into the receptacle. And that receptacle is on the other side from here. Okay, so the portal will have to be here, where it is now. Right. And, I guess that would pretty much solve the problem, but can I... And the answer is yes. Now fly through. Huh. Interestingly. I placed the portal where that thing is now. I should be at the cube. Oh, yeah, I would be. Huh. I want to have orange here. Is there any way to jump over on these ledges? The orange portal will remain. So that pellet from there has to end up here. Yeah. So maybe so let's see. Oh. Okay, I think I have an idea. And it involves this cube. It has to be here first. Okay? Orange is there. Boom. Right. So now the portal is in here, which is probably where it should be. I'd say. No, it has to be here. Maybe I just have to start the receptacle by myself and leave the cube there in order to keep the door open. I think that's what I have to do. Place the portal there myself first. It will probably, yeah. Yeah. There's one point. Where is there? There are 3 of them, but not 4. Huh. Okay, I will take a break at this point, and I will figure this out. And I'm gonna end part 1 here right now, because I also have to do some other stuff. Yeah, but that's it for the moment. I'm going to have a look at this and show you how it's done in part 2. Alright, I'll see you later.